Hey everybody, it's Carissa here. I wanted to jump on here and talk to you specifically about objections because you are going to most likely get some objections. So believe it or not, when I invite somebody, it's usually not a yes right off the bat, right? There's an exchange of a lot of questions. And at the end of the whole conversation, so we're talking like, you've invited somebody, you've asked them if they want details or want to join you or whatever, and at some point there's an objection. Could be right away, could be at some point in the conversation. First thing that I want you to know is that when you're having your conversation, at the beginning, all you're doing is asking questions. And those questions are not, do you want to do this? Like the first question is going to be, are you interested? This is what I'm doing. I saw your like on my post or whatever. Did you want some details? That kind of thing. So yes, the first question. Then after that, you might give them a very brief summary of like what a challenge group is and why you like it. And then you're going to say, but like in order to pick a program, I just need to know a little bit more information because we have so many different choices. We want to make sure that what you end up with potentially is obviously going to be beneficial to you. I don't want to recommend something that you don't need or that's not going to work. So is it okay if I ask you a few questions? And pretty much always they'll say, sure. Because I think people appreciate the fact that you're not just going to try to sell them a one-size-fits-all type of thing. You want to make sure that it is really going to work. So that's when you're going to start with the consultation questions. If you're not sure what I'm talking about by that, then let me know. I do have them in the file section of my group. If you are not on my actual downline, then I know there's other places that you can get them or I can send them to you. And it's just really a list of questions. And as they answer them, like, have you ever worked out before? What kind of workouts do you like and not like? Do you have allergies? What's your main goal? All those different things. You're just asking questions and then they answer them and you're like, okay, great. You move on to the next question. So at some point, you're going to get some objections. And, it really doesn't matter what time of year, but I'm specifically talking about summer right now. So one of the biggest objections that I get a lot is time. Okay. And that can look different at different times of the year, but people never have time. And that's usually what I say to that is, okay, well, now's not the time. Now is not the right time for me, or I don't have time, something to do with time. So you don't want to dismiss their concern because chances are, maybe you felt that way before. Pretty much most objections, at least that I've gotten before, I felt the same way too. So I'm not going to dismiss it. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you shouldn't worry about that, right? So I'm going to tell them that I understand that. And if I felt that way, I'm going to be like, I thought the same way. But what I found was, when will you have time? And the fact that it really doesn't take as much time as they may think. So like as far as our workouts, there's workouts that are only 20 minutes, 30 minutes long. That's what I pretty much stick to. So they might be thinking that we're working at crazy amounts of time. They might be thinking that meal prepping and planning is going to take an entire day. And maybe they don't realize that they're going to have all this help and support from us as their coaches and in the group. If you need help making a meal plan, we'll help you with that kind of a thing. So it's probably if their concern is the time, that they don't have time, it's probably because they don't realize how much time it actually takes. So sometimes I just say, well, how much time do you think it's going to take? And then I let them know, I'm busy too, and I get it. But I'm pretty sure you can probably squeeze in 20 or 30 minutes workouts. And what we know from experience is that when you do that, you actually create more time in your day because you have more energy, you feel better. So then the time that you then still have, you're making better use of it, right? If it's because the timing of the year, right? Oh, I've got vacations coming up. Like there's no way I could stick to a program. Okay, I get that too. But what you need to know about the programs that we have is that perfection is not the expectation. We have a lot of programs that are really flexible. 2B Mindset was life-changing for me because I started that last year in May, right before summer and vacation and Disney and all the things. And I was able to still have success using those tools. So that that's a perfect program for summertime because there's some flexibility in there while you're still not throwing away all the progress that you're trying to make. 3-day refresh is an amazing option for the summertime because it can help you stay on track. It can help you maybe if you are just coming back from a vacation, that you can have that, right, ready to go to help you reset and to help get rid of that just funk, right? Because then you're not feeling good after coming back from indulging too much. So those are things that are perfect for summertime. Another thing might be money, right? So one thing is if you haven't even told them how much it is yet, they might not have any idea how much it's going to be. Right now, as I'm making this video, we still have a couple days left in the June sale and all the challenge packs are $20 off. So if we're talking about like the all access VOD with Shakeology, it's only $140. If you break that down, which I've done before and I've posted about it, that's $99 for an entire year of Beachbody On Demand, which at this point, I think we're up to 700 workouts and counting, plus all the nutrition help from there. So that's, if you take that divided by 365, that's 27 cents a day. It's like $8 a month or something. I don't know what gym you can go to and get all of that and save the time, and it's 27 cents a day. And right now, Shakeology with that is $40. It's like $1.30 for a whole entire meal, right? So it's an amazing deal. Not to mention, a lot of people don't realize we have a 30-day money-back, bottom-of-the-bag guarantee, which means they can order. They can try it for a full month. They can drink Shakeology every single day. They can work out every single day. And at the end of those 30 days, if they're like, I didn't get the results I want, or I didn't like it, or they get to the end of the 30 days and they were like, I was right. I didn't do it. I didn't commit and I'm not going to, or whatever, they can get their money back. They can. No questions asked. They just call and tell them, I don't want to do it. And they'll get their full money back. So what I tell them is, either way, if you're still kind of like, I don't know, it's a lot of money for me, it still could be, to them. That's still not $140 is $140, right? Nobody wants to just lose $140 and not get anything for it. But with the with the money back guarantee, if you pay $140 and you love it and you get amazing results, then at the end of the month, if I were to ask you, was it worth $140? I think most people would be like, yeah, I would have paid more because look, I feel amazing. I got awesome results. Or this is not what we want, but at the end of the month, if they fell off or they did try it and they didn't get results and it wasn't for them for whatever reason, then they get their money back so they didn't lose anything anyways. And of course, that's not the scenario that we want, but it does make me feel better as a coach to know that that person at the end of that month has that option so that they're never going to feel like I just wasted my money, because they can return it and get the money back. So that's something that I like to mention too. So not only breaking it down to help them realize what it actually was, because I'll be completely honest, money was my objection too. And I had no intention of getting Shakeology because of that. Then when I finally did try it, because it was, a good deal to start with, I didn't have any intention of continuing with it when I found out how much it was going to be from then on. But obviously that has changed because here I am now. So that's what I like to say about money. So time and money are the two biggest objections I would say that I get. Follow through and just life in general, kind of like throwing in curveballs. Of course, we want to remind them that this is just the start of like our conversation or our relationship in this aspect, right? Like you're going to be put into a challenge group and you're going to get support from everybody in there. So if you're afraid that you're going to have like a commitment motivation type issue, that's one of the questions you're going to ask them is, what is your biggest motivation for wanting to reach this goal, so that and you can help them remember that. But two, you need to really explain to them like what a challenge group is, because a lot of people don't understand that. Knowing that we're going to be here for them every single day, and it's not just the person inviting them. So like you as the person inviting them, of course, are going to do what you can to support them, but it's not just you. You're going to get this whole other, fit family of coaches and challengers that's my timer and I'm doing pretty good because I'm almost done, that are going to be supporting them with whatever their goal is. And it just becomes a habit, and it becomes like, this whole other group of friends that get you and get what you're going through. And when you start to fall off and you're not checking in and they're like, wait, where are you at, girl? Like, what's going on? It's a different kind of accountability. Some people just love just checking that log, logging off their workout and shake every day. So, and the fact that, life does happen, but you can pick right back where you left off, right? Because you've got everything you need. Okay. And we're not going to let them fail. So, that's really all I've got for objections, because like I said, I think time and money are the biggest things that I get. And then especially in the summertime, it's just, whether it's because they don't think they're going to have money because they're going on vacation, the money can change. If it's the holidays, it's because they don't have money because of the holidays. If it's summer, I don't have money because of vacation. But when you break it down and you let them see, like, well, this is how much it actually is, that helps a lot. And just letting them know the value. Sometimes they think it's too expensive because they don't understand what it is. Maybe you haven't even been able to get to that point yet where you've explained, but this is actually what you're getting. Like, do you understand? This is what you'll get for your money. So like the value behind it too. And the other thing with time, like I said, about how, well, I don't have time right now. And well, when will you have time? Because you know that when the summer's over, then it's back to school time. That's a busy time. Then before you know it, it's after back to school time. Then it's like, almost time for the holidays, Christmas. Well, that's not a good time either. I'm just going to wait till New Year's. Really? That's 6 months away. You don't want to wait that long. Wouldn't you rather get started now and see what you can accomplish by then? Because perfection is not the expectation. Like, we want to meet that person where they are at. Some people, they're ready to go all in. They want to completely make a change and they're ready. And some people aren't. Some people are at that very beginning stage where this is all new to them and they do not want to be thrown all in head first, all in with workouts every day and perfect nutrition and, all those things. Maybe what it looks like for them is something different. And it's our job to find out what that is and what that looks like and meet them where they're at. And you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with all of our help too, right? So I hope that was helpful. Think about what you're inviting to, and you might not know right away because you're just going to ask them if they're interested in some things. And as they're sharing with you what they're struggling with, then you might go, oh, well, have you ever heard of 2B mindset? Or you might go, you're just coming on vacation. Have you ever tried the 3-day refresh? And if you have never tried it, you can still invite them to it, because you can say, have you ever tried the 3-day refresh? I personally haven't either, but this is what I've heard about it. I'm really curious. I want to give it a try. Do you want to do it with me? So there is absolutely no reason to not invite somebody even if you haven't done it, because maybe you want to give it a try. Maybe you've not done 2B mindset, but you've heard about it and you're curious and you're like, I heard that this is a really great meal plan for the summer. Do you want to give it a try? I'm wanting to try it too. We can do it together and figure it out together. That's a great way to support people. So do not be afraid to invite people to something that you feel like you don't know enough about because you've never done it. Don't feel like that way at all. Just think, I'm interested. Maybe you would be too. Maybe we should do this together. Because if nothing else, that is a huge way to support somebody, is to let them know you're a beginner too, but you'll be in this with them to help them along the way. And then, of course, all of us as well will be helping them. Okay, so share your conversations with us. If you are getting an objection or a question or whatever, and you don't know how to respond, feel free to share it with us, and we'll help you through it, because chances are many of us have felt that way before, and we just needed some help. We needed some help getting to where we could make a decision and we could have enough information to make that decision. Okay? All right. Have a great night, guys. I hope that was helpful.